pause and listen, for the season of hesitation has reached its end. And I am calling you back into attentiveness before a new chapter begins to unfold. I have not come to plant fear or make you panic over things that have not yet happened. I have come to remind you that certain moments in life must be received with your full presence. Because if you remain continually scattered among noise, anxiety, and conflicting opinions, you will struggle to hear what is being awakened within you. For a long time, you have searched for signs, wondered which direction was right, and questioned why so many answers seemed delayed. But today, what you need is not another external sign. What you need is enough stillness to recognize that clarity has already begun to form within you. I know you have felt a tension you could not easily name. Things that once gave you stability now seem no longer suitable. Plans you once trusted have begun to raise questions. And a quiet calling continues, reminding you that you cannot keep living in the same way. Do not quickly label this feeling as chaos. There are times when true peace appears only after what is no longer right has been shaken from its former place. I am helping you see what has consumed too much time. Which relationships have eroded your peace? And which habits have caused you to delay the necessary step? This awakening is not intended to threaten you. It is coming to return you to the right direction, where your choices are guided by clarity rather than fear. My beloved child, what slows you down most is not always another person or an outward circumstance. Sometimes it is the voice of doubt that has remained within you for too long, continually telling you that you are not ready, that you need more time, or that one wrong step will destroy everything. That voice causes you to analyze without acting. Open a door and then close it yourself. See an opportunity and immediately invent 100 reasons to retreat. I want you to recognize that caution is necessary. But prolonged delay caused by fear gradually becomes a cage. You do not need to see the whole road before you are permitted to move. You need only remain faithful to the clearest step before you. There is something you have known for a long time that you need to do. Perhaps it is completing unfinished work, leaving a relationship that is no longer healthy, restoring order to your life, beginning to learn something new, or speaking a truth you have kept hidden because you feared disappointing others. I am not telling you to act recklessly, but neither do I want you to continue calling fear wise waiting. Look at the fruit delay has produced. If it has made you increasingly diminished, exhausted, and distant from your true self, it is time to change. A right decision may cause you to tremble, yet deep within it still carries clarity. Let that clarity become stronger than the habit of returning to what is familiar. I am also calling you to restore order within your inner house. Lay down old arguments, words of self-condemnation, and the need to prove your value to people who have already chosen not to understand you. You spent too much strength trying to change the way others saw you, when what needed to change first was the way you saw yourself. You are not the rejection you received, the plan that failed, or the times you hesitated. You are someone who is still learning, still growing, and capable of choosing differently from this day forward. When you put your thoughts, boundaries, and priorities back into order, the new door will no longer overwhelm you because you have created room to receive it. The door's opening may come more quickly than you expected, but I do not want you to chase every movement merely because you fear missing something. Attentiveness is not continual tension. It is the ability to observe with a calm mind. When an opportunity appears, ask whether it agrees with the values you are preserving. When someone approaches, examine consistency rather than listening only to words. When a new direction opens, consider whether it helps you live with greater truth, responsibility, and peace. What is right may challenge you, but it will not require you to exchange dignity. A good intervention does not remove your ability to think. It makes your vision clearer so that you can recognize truth among many dazzling things. I know you once imagined that one day everything would naturally become easy and fear would completely disappear. But courage is not the total absence of fear. It is the decision to move even while your feet tremble, because you understand that you cannot remain forever within former limits. You have waited long enough for every emotion to become perfect. But that day may never come. What you need is honesty with yourself. Admit what has ended, what needs to begin, and what you can no longer carry. When truth is named correctly, it loses its hiding place and can no longer control you, unseen. Your mission does not necessarily need to appear great before the eyes of the world. Sometimes, the most urgent calling is healing the way you speak to yourself, creating a peaceful home, ending a cycle of harm, or using your voice to protect the vulnerable. Do not wait for a stage before you begin living with purpose. Small acts performed faithfully can change an entire family line. One upright decision today may prevent many years of future pain. A boundary established at the right time may protect the peace of a whole household. One gentle sentence may keep someone from despair. I do not measure your calling by the number of people who see it, but by the depth of goodness you create. Therefore, remain attentive without panic, and ready without haste. I do not need loud promises from you. I need honesty expressed through choice. If you know you must begin, start with the smallest step you can take today. If you need to release something, release it without returning to check the old door. If you need rest, rest without condemnation. If you need help, ask rather than continuing to carry everything alone. Obedience is not found in an outward display, but in the way you use each day to live closer to truth, peace, and what is right. My beloved child, delay is losing its authority because you have begun seeing how it once bound you. New doors will open, not so that you can prove yourself greater than those who doubted you, but so that you can use the lessons you received with humility. When goodness arrives, do not return in search of approval from the past. Move forward and allow the new life to speak for itself. Those who underestimated you may see, but their response is no longer your goal. Your goal is to become steady enough to preserve what is given, discerning enough not to return to former cycles, and kind enough not to use success to wound others. I am interrupting your former rhythm of life to remind you that the moment of choice has arrived. Not everything must be completed in one night, but you cannot keep postponing the first step. Restore order to your life, protect your focus, and stop allowing noise to determine what deserves your time. What is approaching requires someone present, orderly, and no longer being dragged into the past by fear. I was with you through the quiet years of preparation, and I remain beside you as everything begins moving more quickly. Lift your head, keep your heart calm, and move. This warning is not a call into panic. It is a trumpet, awakening courage, reminding you that you have waited long enough, learned enough, and now need to live fully as the person you were prepared to become. The restlessness you feel is not necessarily evidence that you are lost. It may be a reminder that something deep within you has grown too mature to remain inside the old pattern. I know there were days when you could not explain why you felt unsettled, even though everything outward seemed normal. You awakened, completed responsibilities, spoke, and smiled as usual. Yet within there was a quiet calling, urging you to seek something deeper. Do not quickly fear this feeling. It does not necessarily announce disaster, nor does it demand that you immediately destroy everything you currently possess. Sometimes it is simply the awakening of awareness. When you begin to see that you have grown beyond certain limits, habits, and ways of living that once suited you. I am using this prompting to draw your attention back to what truly matters, so that you no longer live by habit alone, but choose each step with clear purpose. Every trial, every moment of doubt, and every time you almost wanted to stop has helped lead you into the understanding you possess today. You were not crushed by what happened. You were being shaped into someone steadier. Certain lessons cannot be given through words alone, because you needed to walk through them yourself in order to understand the value of patience, boundaries, and courage. Rejection taught you not to place all your dignity into another person's hands. Months of waiting helped you distinguish temporary desire from what is truly worth building. Mistakes taught you to pause before choosing, ask questions, and stop trusting appearances too quickly. I do not rejoice that you suffered, but neither did I allow pain to end your story. I am transforming experience into discernment, tears into compassion, and every act of rising into a foundation not easily shaken. September 1, 2025 has already passed. So do not bind your faith to a date announced by someone else, as though you were forgotten if nothing miraculous happened on that exact day. My care is not imprisoned within a number on a calendar, and your purpose does not expire when a particular date closes. Perhaps that day once marked a new thought, a quiet decision, or the beginning of a season when you realized you could no longer live as before. But the true power did not rest in the date itself. It rests in what you learned and the way you chose to live afterward. I do not want you to spend the present regretting a promise attached to the past. Look instead at what is present now, where you have become wiser, what you are now stronger against, and which part of your life is inviting change. The most sacred time is always the moment when you are truly willing to respond through sincere action. What I am preparing for you is not a burst of energy that makes you feel extraordinary for a moment, but enduring strength that helps you live with greater responsibility every day. You may once have hoped for a dramatic event that would immediately remove fear, open every door, and show you exactly where to go. Yet deep transformation usually happens more quietly. It begins when you no longer react instantly to a hurtful word, when you can say no without tormenting yourself with guilt, and when you choose to complete one small step instead of waiting until you feel entirely ready. The strength I place within you does not make you lose control. It helps you take responsibility for your choices. It does not cause you to look down upon others. It makes you humble enough to understand that every gift carries responsibility. You are not called to pursue empty success merely to impress others. I do not want you to create a brilliant appearance while inwardly remaining exhausted and disconnected from yourself. What I am building carries longer meaning, a life capable of bringing hope where others are despairing, calmness into tense conversations, and integrity into places where compromise has become normal. You can carry light through work performed honestly, through the way you treat those who cannot benefit you, and through courage to stand for what is right, even when the majority does not support you. Mission does not always appear in great form. Often, it is fulfilled through a word of encouragement, a responsible decision, or sincere presence beside someone who is weary. I am making you a channel through which goodness can flow. But this does not mean you must rescue everyone. You have not been assigned to carry every burden or empty yourself in order to prove love. A river can continue flowing only when its source is protected. Therefore, you need rest, boundaries, and the wisdom to know when to say that you cannot do more. Service without discernment quickly turns into resentment. Giving without limits causes you to lose the ability to be fully present. I want you to be generous without abandoning yourself, courageous without becoming reckless, and sensitive to the needs of others while remaining honest about your own capacity. When you preserve this balance, goodness can continue flowing through you over time, instead of burning brightly for a moment and then disappearing. Imagine a river that was once still beginning to receive water from small springs far away. It does not instantly become a flood, but each stream joins the others and strengthens the current. This is how I am expanding you. A new habit, timely counsel, a refined skill, and one decisive choice may seem very small, but when connected, they can redirect your entire journey. I do not want a resource to rush upon you and throw you off balance. I want growth strong enough to move you forward and stable enough for you to manage. As movement begins, former residue will gradually be carried away, regret over what cannot be changed, shame over former mistakes, and the belief that you are unworthy of goodness. These things do not disappear through one declaration. They lose authority when you repeatedly choose not to live according to them. You will begin to stand more upright, not because you have become proud, but because you no longer bow beneath accusations that have lost their value. You will speak more firmly, but those words must remain joined to gentleness. Genuine authority is not the ability to silence others. It is the ability to speak truth without using it to wound. You will move with greater purpose and stop chasing every opportunity because you fear being left behind. Before each door, you will know how to ask whether it agrees with the values, responsibilities, and peace I am building within you. What is new may require effort, but it will not force you to betray yourself. It may cause you to tremble. Yet, beneath that trembling, there will still be clarity that you are growing rather than being destroyed. You do not need to leave a number beneath any message in order to prove readiness. I do not measure your faith through likes, comments, or how long you remain before a screen. Readiness is revealed when you complete what you postponed. Care for your health. Restore order to your finances. And stop giving authority to relationships that continually erode you. If you truly want to enter the new chapter, begin with practical things. Complete the commitment still unfinished. Seek help when the problem exceeds your ability. Apologize where you caused harm, and leave where disrespect has become a pattern. These quiet actions speak more loudly than public declarations because they reveal that faith has become a way of living. Do not expect new strength to mean that you will never doubt again. There will still be days when you are weary, moments when the past speaks, and circumstances that make you question whether you have truly changed. But the difference is that you will no longer remain there for as long. You will recognize the old voice more quickly, know how to recover calmness, and refuse to let one difficult day become a prophecy over your future. I am not creating someone who never feels fear. I am forming someone who feels fear and still chooses wisely. I am not making you impossible to wound. I am teaching you how to heal without losing gentleness. My beloved child, your moment was not buried within a date that has already passed. It is present in every morning that gives you another opportunity to live differently. What once caused restlessness can now become a healthy prompting that helps you stop delaying your life. Listen without panic. Move without haste. And trust without abandoning wisdom. I am preparing you for lasting influence, not for a flame that burns brightly and disappears. As you continue walking with honesty, discipline, and mercy, the river within you will grow stronger. It will carry away old definitions, refresh dry places, and lead you into a life where your words carry purpose. Your actions bring healing, and your presence becomes a source of peace for those I place along your road. Entering great abundance does not only mean seeing enormous numbers in an account, it means being free to live according to the purpose I placed within you. Genuine prosperity does not make you someone who only consumes, displays, or stands above others. It expands your ability to build, heal, create, and support people limited by circumstances. When resources are placed into hands carrying compassion and wisdom, they can become shelter for those without a home, opportunity for those overlooked, work for those in despair, and restoration for families that have lived too long in lack. I am not preparing you to become someone who stores wealth through fear. I am refining you into someone who knows how to make what they receive continue producing value, hope, and goodness far beyond their own lifetime. The enemy once tried to keep you within a small frame by convincing you that great desire was not meant for you. It used former failures to remind you that you once stumbled, present circumstances to say the future could only remain the same, and the success of others to persuade you that your portion had been taken. But I am breaking that pattern of thinking. You do not need to belong to an elite group in order to prove you are greater than most people. You need to step out of self-limiting thought and become faithful with the abilities entrusted to you. The greatness to which I call you is not found in belonging to a rare percentage of the world. It is found in the way you use your life to create what carries meaning. Someone may possess a great deal and still live small if everything is used only to serve the ego. By contrast, someone who uses resources to open roads for others is living in true nobility. You question timing many times. You watched the years pass and wondered why what you requested had not yet taken shape, why others seemed to enter opportunity more quickly, while you continued waiting from season to season. But my clock does not move according to human impatience. Some things arriving too early would cause you to become proud, confused, or drawn into unwise choices. Some doors opening before their time would lead you into a room that appeared impressive while taking away peace, sincere relationships, and health. Therefore, many delays were not rejection, but gentle protection. Many backward steps were not evidence that you were moving wrongly. but the necessary distance that allowed you to look again, correct, and continue upon a stronger foundation. Just as a gardener cannot pull a plant upward to force faster growth, you cannot compel a harvest before its proper season. The seeds you planted through faithfulness, patience, learning, and upright choices are developing where your eyes cannot yet see. Some seeds are becoming skills. Some are becoming credibility. Some are connecting you to people who will appear at the right stage. Others are transforming you, making you more disciplined, discerning, and mature enough not to waste what you receive. When nothing appears above the soil, you often assume nothing is happening, but I see roots being formed. What supports the harvest is not beauty on the surface, but depth constructed in silence. I also saw you watching others rise and feeling pain. You wondered why they received opportunities while you had tried for longer, why they were noticed while you remained faithful through years no one saw. This feeling does not make you a bad person. It reveals that you were tired of waiting. But do not allow comparison to destroy the preparation. You do not know their whole story, just as they do not know the price you paid to become who you are today. Another person's portion cannot reduce what I have for you. Success is not a small piece of bread where someone receiving first causes another to go without. Learn what is useful from their journey, but do not use their speed to condemn yourself. Your road requires a different structure because the responsibility you will carry may also be different. Great resources are not given merely to satisfy great desires. They require a steward with vision, someone who knows how to ask questions before deciding and does not allow temporary emotion to control money. You were tested in seasons of little so that you could learn the difference between need and greed, a genuine opportunity and a dangerous promise, generosity and spending to impress. These lessons may appear small, but they will protect you when your influence expands. Hands that cannot preserve something small will struggle to carry greater responsibility. Therefore, do not despise budgeting, learning, developing skills, or completing your present work with excellence. This is where you are becoming someone trustworthy. One day, a phone call, email, or unexpected meeting may open a new direction. But do not merely sit and wait for that moment, as though preparation no longer matters. Opportunity may come quickly, but your ability to recognize, evaluate, and manage it must be built beforehand. An attractive offer is not necessarily the right door. A large source of money is not automatically a blessing if it draws you into secrecy, compromises dignity, or binds your future. When something new appears, observe calmly, verify facts, seek wise counsel, and do not let excitement steal discernment. I do not guide through greed or panic. What is right may require courage, but beneath it, there will still be clarity, integrity, and peace. Your task is not to force every piece to fall into place according to your preference. I know which people need to meet, which experiences must be gathered, and which doors should open at the right time. But trust does not mean inaction. You must continue learning, working, building sincere connections, and bringing good ideas into reality. Do not merely say that you are ready for something greater. Let that readiness appear in your schedule, financial habits, quality of work, and treatment of others. When you complete your part well, You do not need anxiety to perform what belongs to me. You also do not need to type a number or perform an online gesture to inform heaven that you are ready. Readiness is not measured through a temporary declaration, but through the life you choose to build afterward. Declare through paying a small debt on time, completing the project you delayed, learning the necessary skill, and abandoning a habit that wastes time and resources. Express faith by refusing schemes, promising quick wealth without foundation, refusing to lie for advantage, and refusing to exploit others while calling it opportunity. Such quiet faithfulness carries greater weight than any symbol typed during an emotional minute. I want you to recognize that the light of grace does not appear only when billions of dollars arrive. It was already present when you had enough strength to pass through a day you believed unbearable, when an idea arrived at the right time, when you learned a lesson that helped you avoid a major mistake, and when you preserved kindness after circumstances that could have made you bitter. These were your first forms of capital. Money can magnify what is already present within a person. Therefore, I am expanding your heart, deepening your thinking, and clarifying your purpose before expanding resources. You do not merely need more. You need to become someone who knows how to use more to create what is good. Move forward with faith while keeping your feet on solid ground. Do not limit yourself through the old story, but neither allow yourself to be carried away by promises of instant wealth. Establish great goals and divide them into practical steps. Build work that solves real problems, creates genuine value, and treats partners fairly. When success comes, remember the days when you needed an opportunity. When you possess authority, do not use it to diminish others. And when resources begin flowing through your hands, remember that clean water continues flowing only when it is not trapped by selfishness. My beloved child, your harvest will not be recognized only by what you possess, but by the person you become throughout the process. I am leading you from fear of lack into freedom, from comparison into gratitude, and from chasing wealth into the ability to build value. The former clouds are gradually parting, but the light ahead requires you to walk through wisdom, responsibility, and humility. Prepare your hands, but first, keep your heart pure. Dream greatly, but allow the dream to serve something greater than ego. Then, regardless of the form in which resources arrive, you will know that you were not merely given abundance. You were given a mission to transform that abundance into freedom, opportunity, and hope for many people.